All right, I need you to think back to the beginning of the year, and I need you to find these wonderful things. There should be some hundreds, there should be some tens, and there should be some ones, okay? So you need to find those. So pause the video, grab a whiteboard, a marker, and then these green lovely cubes. All right, so as you know, we have been working with addition and subtraction, right? Okay, so if I gave you this problem, 237, and I asked you to add 128, using the standard algorithm, what you would do is you would start with your ones, you would add 7 and 8, and you would get 17, right? No, you would get 15. Remember, double check your addition, okay? Because some of you are adding really, really quick, and it's really important to check your addition. So 8 and 7 is 15. So a 15 in standard algorithm, you need to take your 10 and you need to distribute it over here. Then you need your 5, which is in your ones place, and it goes in the ones place. Okay, then you add your second row of numbers. You have 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and you don't need to carry anything. And then you add your hundreds place. 2 plus 1 is 3. Then you get your answer and you circle it, right? Okay, so what if we move on to subtraction? What if I asked you to take 864 minus 785? What would you do? So one thing that you could do, this kind of looks like 2 zeros. Let's combine that a little bit. That's an 8. Okay, one thing that you could do is you could use the standard algorithm, right? Because we've been using the standard algorithm, and you can use your green blocks to help you. But let's do our ones place, okay? So we're gonna take 4 from 5. Can we do that? If I have 4 blocks, can I take 5 blocks away from it? No. So what I need to do is I need to borrow from my next door neighbor, right? I need to cross him off and I need to ask him nicely, can I please borrow a 10 so that I can take 5 away? He's gonna say yes. So he's gonna give me a 10 and I'm going to change my 4 to 14 because he gave me one of these guys, right? So now I have 14. But remember, now he is only a 5 because he gave me 10 and that's technically 50. And so now he's 50 and not 60, okay? So you're gonna take 14, take away 5. And that is 9. Then you're gonna take 5, take away 8. Can you do that? No. Oh, I know, I can just take 8 minus 5, right? No, you cannot do that either. So what you need to do is you need to knock on this buddy's door and you need to ask if you can borrow a 100, okay? And they say, yes, you may borrow a 100 from me. And then you give this guy your 100, so this is 150. And then this guy turns into 700, right? So now can you take 15 minus 8? Yes. So then you get 7. So 15 minus 8 is 7, and then 7 minus 7 is 0. Then you get 79, and you circle your answer. All right? All right, so now we're going to do something a little bit trickier, okay? Word problems. All right. If I gave you this problem right here, okay? Orson used 174 lures to build his fishing poles. He then used 286 lures to build his dad's fishing poles. How many lures did Orson use in all? All right, so the first thing that I need to do is I need to figure out what this problem is asking me because I know that I can see 2 numbers in this problem, right? But my first instinct shouldn't be just to add them together, okay? I need to read this problem and figure out, first thing, what is it asking me to do, okay? In the end, it says, how many lures did Orson use in all? So I need to figure out how many lures he used altogether. So then I go back to the beginning of this problem. Orson used 174 lures to build his fishing poles, Okay, so I know so far he's used 174 lures, right? Okay, then it says that he then used 286 lures to build his dad's fishing poles. Okay, so then that must mean that I need to add 286 lures, right? Because he used 174 and then he used 286. And it wants to know how many lures he used in all. So it wants to know this answer right here. And how am I going to get that? Okay, so one way that I can get it, I can use a standard algorithm. I can do 174 plus 286. I can add 6 and 4, get 10, right? My 1 goes here, my 1's place goes here, my 10's place goes on top. And notice how I'm marking all my carrying so I don't forget any numbers. And I'm doing 1 plus 7 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16. I carry that one again, right? Then I do 1 plus 2, which is 4. And then I circle my answer so Miss V knows what my answer is. And then also, if I leave a blank, make sure that you put your answer in the blank, okay? All right. And then also, we're going to work on labeling our answer. So 460 what? 460 lures, right? That's not the best, but we need to do 460 lures. All right, let's do another one. What if I asked you to figure out this problem? This one's really, really tricky, okay? So you need to pay attention to what it's asking you. All right. Jaylyn noticed that there were 586 pieces of candy in a bowl. Okay, so we have candy and it's in a bowl. That's all we know so far. She noticed that 342 candies were not Kit Kats. How many candy bars are Kit Kats? Okay, so that's a little confusing. But what's the first thing we need to do? We need to figure out what is this problem asking me. So this problem is asking me how many candy bars are Kit Kats. So I need to know how many Kit Kats are in this bowl, right? So sometimes it helps to draw a picture. That's one thing that you can do. You can draw a bowl. You can put a bunch of candy in it. We'll just say that that's all candy. And Jaylyn noticed that there were 586 candies in this bowl, right? So there's 586 candies in total, right? Then she noticed that 352 of those candies were not Kit Kats. Okay, so 342 of them were not Kit Kats. Okay, and she wants to know how many of them are Kit Kats. So if I think about it, this number plus however many candy bars are Kit Kats, because these are the ones that are not, and these are the ones that are, so this number plus this number should equal 586, right? Because that's how many candies are in the bowl. Whoops, you can't see that. Hold on. Let me rewrite that so you can see it. So 300, we said this number plus however many are Kit Kats should equal 586, right? Because this is how many are Kit Kats. This is how many are not Kit Kats. Or whoops, sorry. This is how many are not Kit Kats. This is how many are Kit Kats. Okay? So how am I going to figure out this missing number right here? Okay, so hear me out. What if I did 586 and I subtracted 342, because that's going to give me how many candy bars are Kit Kats, right? Because this is not. And I need to figure out how many are, and this is how many are all together, right? Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my ones, and I am going to subtract my ones, right? So 6 minus 2, 4. 8 minus 4, 4. 5 minus 3, 2. So 244 are Kit Kats. Perfect. All right, that one's a little tricky, but that's why it's important to read these problems and figure out what they're asking you, okay? So now, let's do one more. I have this big old problem right here. We're gonna put it in the corner. Okay, so it says air high fives. Ginger, she got 38. Jesse, he got 24. Lucas, he got 13. Okay, now it wants to know how many air fives were there all together. How do I know that? So these are all the air high fives that I got. I can add 38 plus 24, right? Get 8 and 4, that's 12. Carry my 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 62. But then remember, we need to add Lucas's 13, so we can do 62 plus 13, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 75. So 75 air high fives all together. Now it wants to know how many air high fives did Ginger and Lucas get all together. So I need to take Ginger's and Lucas and add their high fives together, right? So I can do 38 plus 13, 8, 9, 10, 11. Remember, carry my 1, 3, 4, 5. Circle my answer. That's how many high fives Ginger and Lucas got together. Okay, now, this one's the tricky one. How many more high fives did Ginger get than Jesse? So, we know that Ginger got 38 high fives, right? Ginger got 38 high fives, okay? Then, we know that Jesse got 24 high fives. All right, so we need to figure out, Jesse had 24, and then how many more high fives does he need to get to have the same amount as Jesse's? Because this will also, or Ginger's, because this will also tell us how many more high fives Ginger had than him. So, remember last time we can do 38 and we could subtract 24. Right? We can get 8 minus 4 is 4, 3 minus 2 is 1, 14. So, Ginger got 14 more high fives than Jesse did. All right, so now you're going to have your own set of word problems, and they're going to be on Seesaw. So what you need to do is you need to go to Seesaw, and you need to complete these word problems, and make sure that you show all of your work, okay? Make sure you show all of your work. Show your borrowing, show your distributing, show your carrying, show all of it, because I want to see it.